Do-up, do-up.
That's weird, eh?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Come on, Trevor. There's another one here.
There will be no standing
check,
from
check,
Mr.
This one's not.
Can this go
hey.
louder? Is this
My
on?
love is like a big blue wave. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Can you
ooh.
get a little more in this one? A little check 1 2. There you go.
Could you get a little less in this one? Oh God.
I didn't
So
bring
how
my
you doing
flute.
this morning? Damn.
I know what's in there. Oh, Sam doesn't. Yeah.
I didn't want anything blocking your face.
Oh,
Look at that
you're
guy.
sweet.
Where is Flam? Really? Have you heard Scott in person?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Go.
I guess it's technically PM now.
Yes.
So we
Good
can-
afternoon.
We can talk.
Welcome to the
we-
Stallions of Equestria panel.
Is it are we just doing a Q&A? Is that what we're doing?
know.
Or
What should
is
we-
We're telling
kinda just
long,
gonna-
complicated stories about our childhood, I think.
right.
All right.
All
The
right.
reason I
Isn't that why
became-
you're here?
No. Yeah. Oh, there is a couch for us to lie on in the front.
Exactly.
Wow. How enthusiastic are
Yeah.
we this morning?
We got to pump it up. Come on now. Come on. Let's pump it up.
Woo!
Yay! How about that band last night? Weren't they good? The band?
Yeah.
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, they were awesome.
And who had some drinks last night? Me. Apparently Houston has vodka. I wasn't aware
Yeah.
of that.
Turns out.
Turns out.
There's no more left.
Well, you know what? Let's just.
Yeah. What do
We
you
all
guys
know who-
want to know? I think.
Let's
we-
do
Yeah.
a Q&A.
Let's
So
do
can we,
it.
Yeah.
can we
should
set
just
up a
jump to
mic
Q&A
for
and
maybe
stuff.
Q&A
Can we
or
do
something?
that?
Or I don't know how
Maybe
we're...
draft. Could you help us out with that?
Thoughts
Maybe
on
get
that?
The less we actually have to do
Oh.
anything.
Yeah. We don't know how to.
Michael,
talk.
can you start a line for us, please? Weinstein. Weinstein. Oh, you need an extra mic. Here, take.
Oh, an extra microphone.
It's one thing about being a stallion of Equestria is you need to be generous with your microphone.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's lesson number 1.
That's not even code for anything.
No. It's totally not a euphemism.
There he goes.
Mr.
Mr. Bernstein, working hard for the Stallions.
I hate you all.
Come on, friendship.
So you-
Friendship
you
is
guys-
magic.
You guys obviously know who we are, so there's no need for introductions, I don't think. Yeah, because you're here, so you must know.
Do it.
All right.
Okay.
It's on.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Sam Vincent here. I play Flim. Of the Flim Flam Brothers, Super Speedy, Started Squeezy 6000. Nampa what? Nampa Ray, and that's exactly the reason why you see. Okay. Here.
And I was about to say, and I play Michael Dangerfield. That's about how well my brain's working this morning. So please work with me. No, I play Brayburn. So welcome to Appaloosa.
Am I on? Yeah, I'm on. I'm not Michael Dangerfield, but I play him on TV. I'm Trevor Duval, and I play hoity-toity, fancy pants, and Iron Will.
My name is Peter New, and I play Rarity's father, the doctor, in the train conductor, and one other guy. Some other guy. There's another guy. Oh, yeah, Big Macintosh. I forgot. How do you like them apples?
And now you know us. Let's get to know you. Let's get to know you.
Yeah.
So first question.
First question.
Yeah, I have a small request before you start. Michael, can I get a ring, ring, ring in your Gilbert Gottfried voice? I really want to hear that.
Oh, I think that could be.
Say again, what was that?
Yeah,
Gilbert Godfrey?
yeah. Well, whatever voice he was doing. It was
Oh, you
Oh,
mean
you,
this
you.
guy?
Gilbert Godfrey.
You know, when you make that request, it causes headaches in the entire room. Ring,
I know.
ring, ring goes the bell. Ding, dingin', dingin'.
My actual question was just a small question. You know, have you ever gotten the chance to actually see the animation process before you start recording? And if so, do you end up changing lines due to that? Are you able to change anything to do that, or is that dictated by the producers?
Normally, when we record the voices, they do send us down into the basement where the animators are kept. They're chained up there, and sometimes they give us big hunks of bloody meat to throw at the animators, and they're very happy for that because they haven't eaten in many weeks. So they and they fight over the bloody meat,
And that's how they get the red pigment,
yeah,
actually.
So anytime you see the color red in the cartoon My Little Pony, it
It's
is in
because
fact
we've
the blood
visited.
of meat that we have thrown at them.
Must have taken a lot to color Big Macintosh.
It is a fact.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how
I'm
they get
just
blue.
gonna for every question that Trevor answers, I'll try and answer correctly. It's just more. It's fun that way. You get that, and you get this, and you'll go home thoroughly confused. I hope. So yeah, basically the animators are there eating raw meat, but actually in Vancouver, where we do the voices at Dick and Rogers Sound, it's a studio. DHX Media, formerly Studio B or whatever, they're in the same building. So they have like 3 floors above the recording studio where we do the voices for My Little Pony. And how many people here have had an opportunity to go up there and check out what the storyboard artists are doing and all that? A little
My
bit?
hands are covered in blood. What do you think?
Yeah, I forgot. He's just throwing raw
I've
meat at
only
the-
I've only ever been up there for the Christmas party. I've never been up there otherwise.
Well, I've been up there to take a look at what's going on, but yes, we don't really have a choice in terms of how the storyboards are dictated. We just go in there with the script, and we barely we never see a storyboard. We usually have the director of the series there, and he will let us know about specific things that we need to know that kind of help us with the performance. Like, you need to do it a little louder here because you're actually in the storyboard, that character's farther away, or so we're getting visual cues from the director, and also we can get them from the script through how the action is described. But yeah, the actual storyboard artists are within the same building, and I have gone up there and seen what they're doing, and they're actually working up there. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
That's the
chained.
boring version of
Yeah.
the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was much better.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The truth is always so boring, right?
I got 2 questions each. The first one's for Peter. What's your favorite non-E-up voice, non-E-up quote for Big Mac?
It's the little monologue when he gets angry in the I forget the name of it, but one with the cutie
Ponyville
mark.
Confidential.
Yeah, I think so. It's when there's that switch that Applejack and Big Macintosh do it, and he gets to yell at the Cutie Mark Crusaders. I forget exactly what he says there, but
You
I know
should
it
be
ends with,
ashamed of yourself.
Away! I know it ends with that.
He said, "You should be ashamed of yourself, humiliating me and my sister like that.
Uh-huh.
We don't want to talk to any of you."
Well, there you go. Beautiful.
And the second one's for Sam. I recently looked online and I found out you're the second voice for Shizao, and how you feel to be in the center of controversy because of the show's content.
Well, I'm all the way up in Vancouver, far away from that controversy. No, I don't. I really don't. I haven't even. I mean, people have tweeted me, say, what do you think about the controversy? And I don't even respond because to me it's nothing. There's no controversy there. It's a young kid who just happens to, be a superhero, but he has to wear a girl's superhero outfit. That's it. Simple. It's not complicated.
Yeah, and not to mention that being in drag has been a staple in animation since the 40s.
I'm in drag right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
I feel like a drag right now. I don't know. Too much booze.
Hello, my name's Adam, and I got a
Adam.
question and a half for Peter. Do they send you in for every little yup? Do you have like 40 yup sessions where Terry's like, hey, we need you to come in and do some more yups for us? Or do you just do like one 5-hour session full of yups?
I really wish you just left that as a yes or no question. I do go in every single time.
And you also voice Sunil from Littlest Pet Shop.
Oh, yes, I do.
I would like to know what would it sound like if Big Macintosh ever crossed over and got had the pleasure of meeting Sunil.
What would it sound like? It would be Sunil going, my goodness, you're a giant red horse, aren't you? And then, yup.
Hi again, everybody. Hello. Been seeing you a lot this week. But anyway, I got one question. How did you guys feel going to MLP before it actually came live and became so big? Like, how do you feel about the show itself?
How did we feel before
yeah, like
it
after you did
became?
the voice acting, like how did you feel like how it's going to be and everything like that before it became so big? When you actually first started doing your voice acting, was it going to be like another show for you guys, or what did you think it was going to be something special right off the bat?
Well, it's definitely, for me, my audition was just like an MP3 that I sent in from my home studio, and which I don't know if did you guys have to do that? Did you do the MP3?
No, they just give me my role.
They just give him his room, and then he throws the meat.
I have to go and audition at the studio.
Animators and the. So I mean, a lot of the time it's kind of you send out your work or you go to the audition, you do it, and then you find out you get it, and then you just don't know what's gonna take off. You don't know what property you're gonna be working on sometimes or where it's gonna go, and sometimes it takes off and gets crazy like this, and this has definitely been one of the coolest ones because it turns into this, and here we are.
Yeah.
I'll just add to that. I didn't actually, I didn't know the phenomenon that My Little Pony was when I auditioned for Flim in that particular episode. I was really excited about the song itself and what a great song it was, and that it was like an ode to Music Man, and for me it was like this exciting challenge to try and do the song, and it was a fun part to play. And only after the fact did I realize that this thing was going on, and I was like, wow, that's so. After that, I was like, oh, this is great to be a part of something that's had such a impact on people. And I've never had anything on YouTube that had over 1 million hits. And that one particular song, I didn't even realize that until my agent told me, it's got over 1 million hits. I'm like, wow. There's been a lot of people watching that one song. So
That was just
cool.
me constantly
That was you.
clicking on
I
it.
can't get enough of this. I want to watch this song again. Sam's gonna think he's famous.
I knew the show was special when they sent me a copy of the script and it was plated in gold. And I looked at the window and there was a parade going by and they said, "This is for you, Trevor, because you're on My Little Pony." And I went, "Really?" And then I flew to the moon. And
I organized all that so that Trevor would think he was famous.
I have no serious answer. Let's move on.
Yes, my question's for Peter New.
Hello.
The other day at the all voice actor panel, you said that sometimes you kind of just wish you could re-say your lines from E up to whatever you think Big Macintosh is thinking.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I don't think you told us what you've said before.
No, I didn't.
Do you think you could?
Well, it's all dependent on the situation. I don't always remember, but it would be like Yeah, no, I can't think of any of the yups now. But basically, it would be like, you know, if somebody came and said, you know, I don't know, I can't think of anything right now. Like, I need a situation. What's a situation where he says yup?
How about at the? Why do we always blink when we have?
Oh,
to
it's
think
gonna.
of
Pete,
something?
I was.
Yeah, there.
Okay, so what's happening there? I don't remember. Yeah, okay, so in that situation where he's lost the seeds again, I might say in the studio, that figures, you know, or something like that. That's the kind of guy he is, you know. But then they never keep it. Ever.
And do you ever wish that Big Macintosh would ever get his own song? Just like a solo Big Macintosh song.
Oh, well, yeah, of course I wish that.
Hello. My question is, what are y'all's favorite celebrity voice impressions to do?
Ring, ring, ring.
Yes,
My
so
favorite, my
yes.
favorite is Peter Lorre. It's my very favorite one to do.
So, Stewie there, because are we going to have some fun there at the...
I think we're going to have a lovely time.
oh, for
together,
God's sake.
You two, fight to the death.
Oh, God,
For every
Stewie.
pea I am forced to eat, I shall kill you.
Stewie, why are you being such an idiot? God.
You're not an idiot. I shall kill you first. That's enough. That's
Look, the baby's talking. No.
Okay, hi, I'm Andrea, and my question is kind of for all you together.
Do we have to answer all together?
I'd like to answer in unison if you
You
could.
can all pitch in, but there's obviously way more female voice actresses than there are male voice actors.
I told you I'm in drag. What do you want?
Yes. Well, my question is that for the few episodes wherever there are like actual more than one, or there are multiple guy voice actors, I assume they'd be overpowered by the females. Do you ever like kind of group together against them or like pull any jokes on the girls?
Well, we are constantly physically overpowered by the females,
Yeah,
which
we
is
are.
quite nice.
It's actually us that gets kept in the room in the basement, and they come and
Yeah.
throw us meat,
Yeah.
and we just didn't want to admit that
I
earlier.
have to floss this bloody meat out of my tooth.
Cellophane on the toilet seat. That's the...
I think it's safe to say that the My Little Pony experience can be described as combative.
Yes,
and
it's definitely. It's always a fight.
A violent, dangerous, hateful, I think. Friendship is hate, by the way. I don't know. You
Yeah.
probably didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it turns out friendship is violent and awful.
Yeah.
So,
Usually bruises and broken digits.
yep.
Yeah,
As
and now
we-
let's hand it over to Sam for the real answer.
Well, to be honest, My Little Pony is an exception to most animated series where most of the time it's 6, 7 male characters to 1 or 2 female characters, and I'm sure that all the voice actors, the female voice actors of Vancouver, are very happy that there's shows like My Little Pony where they can look at a character break and go, oh, good, look, there's only there's 8 female characters, only 2, it's very rare that it happens. And I know that when My Little Pony started, word got out, was like the girls were talking about how, wow, the session went so smoothly today. It's really weird how when we're all in the booth together, everything goes so smoothly when none of the boys are there, because a lot of the time it is trying to. It is trying to
like that.
Like sometimes at the beginning of a session, if it's like mostly all guy cast, it's like trying to get these ADD kids to like settle down so we can start the show, and then. And finally we go, okay, everybody focus, we're going to start the show now. Like, okay, let's do it now. Everybody gets all, so yeah, it's when guys go into the My Little Pony world, it's usually we're more subdued because we're surrounded by so much estrogen, and we try to be misbehaved, but then we kind of get a little squashed. But then the great thing is like shows like, there's a show we do in Vancouver called Max Steel, which is just it's a heavy-duty guy show. It's just like a bunch of guys hanging in a room. And maybe one time there'll be like one like Kathleen Barr will come in and she's like, oh my gosh, it's so like icky boy in here right now. This is like, and she just gets overwhelmed and she just has to sit there and, as we just act like complete.
Those sessions get a bit smelly.
I don't know. Anyway, to say it's usually when it's more women in the studio, things run a lot smoother because they're just more mature than boys, aren't they?
Thank you.
This is a question for all of you. If you have a favorite improv event that's happened on the show or on a show that you've worked on, and just a funny instance that has occurred.
I find that improv is, certainly with Big Macintosh, it's fairly rare. But I do find that for the most part, improv is pretty rare in these sessions. That every now and then you get to modify slightly, but it doesn't, my experience is not that you get to do too much beyond what's already on the page. But maybe you guys have a different experience, I don't know.
No, I think that's pretty accurate. We most of the improv that you'll hear is stuff that gets on blooper reels. But yeah, we try and stick to the script, covered in gold as they are.
That's right. We try to add new lines, and I mean we try to get it in there, and then they're like, "Yeah, thanks for trying that." The odd time one of our lines that will go in, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool," but I think it's just out of respect too that they've worked really hard on the script, and the writers have spent who knows how long on maybe a few hours. No, no, but you know what I mean. They've spent a lot of time working on the script, and then they just want it to be recorded as is, and so yeah, I think out of respect we have to do that.
And it also depends on the show and who owns the product and who and sometimes they just want to protect it and don't have anybody messing with it. And like I'm working on a couple shows right now where it's more of a open kind of feel where they're trying to make this the funniest show possible. So if you have any extra ideas of what a character could say or add to the dialogue and it's funny and it makes people laugh, they say, yeah, we're throwing that in there. And that's always a lot of fun for actors to be able to do that. But it's not every show, and it really depends who owns the show and what's behind the show as well. So when it does happen, though, it's a lot of fun just to be able to put your 2 cents in there, and it's great.
One last thing is for Peter New. How do you feel about being named after a delicious sandwich?
Well, I feel good.
It feels good too.
It feels good too.
Do you feel hungry?
I'm okay at the moment.
I'm just surprised that Hasbro won that corporate battle. It's really okay. We can actually call him that. Thank you, McDonald's.
This is directed to Samuel Vincent. 2 questions actually. First of all, gosh, I can't think right now.
It's okay. My brain's not working either.
If I'm not mistaken, were you the singing voice behind Sonic the Hedgehog for Sonic Underground? Way
Yes,
back in the
sir, I was.
How did it feel, being the singing voice of Sonic for that show?
It was great. It was awesome. That was the first time that I actually sang in any animated show, and it was great because every week I'd go in and I'd get the track, and it actually prepared me for the work that I did on My Little Pony and also Littlest Pet Shop. And actually Russell, I played 2 singing hedgehogs in my life, so that's good. Russell sings as well, so Sonic laid the groundwork for Russell, really. So it's good. It was a lot of fun.
Also, I think everybody here could probably agree with me on this one. A lot of us remembered you as the voice of Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy, correct?
Yes. Right. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Double D Edward, and it's very nice to see you here. And, well, all right. Well,
I will say that was one of my favorite characters on the show, and to ask Double D this question. What are your opinions on bronies?
Bronies. Well, I think they're very, very, very nice people, and the only thing is, I think that if they were into Jawbreakers more, that would probably be better, because then that would make Eddie happy, and
Ed as well.
so please eat more Jawbreakers. Thank you.
Okay, this question's for Peter New, and it is: do you ever wish you could say more lines than just yup and nope?
I wish I could have all of Pinkie Pie's lines. I do wish I could say more, but I answered this at another panel too, that there's a thing that about the yups and the nopes, right? They work because they don't happen all the time, and because he doesn't say a whole lot else, and that's what makes it work. That's what makes it work, especially when he does say something else, because it's unexpected. And I quite like that dynamic that they've created for the character. So I don't like the idea of a lot more lines, but as an actor, yeah, I want more lines. Every show, come on, more lines. So I'm a bit torn.
My next question's for I think all the actors that play multiple characters. Who is your favorite character that you play on the show?
Well, I have to tell you that playing Fancy Pants was a bit of a dream come true. Just because, as I mentioned before in a different panel, anytime I can do sort of a version of John Cleese, I'm a very happy man. And I was nominated for an award for the performance, which is a bit of a laugh, if you ask me. But didn't win. Andrea Libman took that. I'm going to kill her for that, I think. So he was fun, but I have to say that if I had to pick a favorite of all the characters, probably I've played over the course of a lifetime, it would have to be the big, the bold, the beautiful, hoity-toity.
I only played one character on My Little
So it's
Pony,
Slim
so
for you?
I'm gonna say that's my favorite. I think it's a safe bet.
That's the same with me. Although I have a character coming up in season 4, which I don't know if I'm.
Whoa.
But I don't know if I can say anything. I don't know if I can. So I probably should just leave it for just a second.
I always enjoyed playing Jet Set, but I know he's not the most popular because he's such a snoot. But I enjoyed it. My goodness.
And it's interesting because when Jet and Hoity Toity get together,
we basically sound like the same person.
Oh my goodness. It's quite wonderful.
It's marvelous, really.
When we share the screen, people
My
say,
goodness.
oh
I think
my God.
we
why
play
doesn't everyone
bridge all the
sound like
time
that?"
together. I mean, really.
It's quite excellent, I think.
Basically, speak through your bottom teeth and you've got it right.
Precisely.
I thought speak through your bum teeth. I was like that.
Bottom.
That's
bottom,
weird.
Bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Okay.
All right, bring on the next question there.
Is it your first time in Texas?
That's a good question. Is it your first time in Texas? No? I was in El Paso briefly a number of years ago. I was there, I think, overnight, and then I drove through into New Mexico. But this is my first time for any extended period in Texas.
I have also been to El Paso years ago for a wedding, and but my first time to Houston, and love it so far. It's fantastic.
This is my second time in the great Lone Star state of Texas. Second time. I got me a sister that lives in Katy, so that's why I was here at Christmas time, and I got to tell you, I really quite like it. It's a bit warm outside right now though. For me, for coming from up in Canada, this here's a little warm.
Technically, this is my second time in Texas. The first time was just a layover in Dallas, and I went to a Walmart, which was fun. I like going to Walmarts in the States because they're open late, and that's when all the interesting people come out. So that was fun, but this is my first kind of bigger trip to Texas, and I hope to be in Austin mid-September, so if anybody can make it over there. Matt Hill will be there as well. Ed from Ed and Eddie, and what's he? Who's he on My Little Pony? Soren. Yeah, Soren. Yeah, so anyway, he's probably going to run to Austin. Yeah, he loves to run everywhere. So there you go.
Thank you for your question.
Mom has a question.
Yes, so welcome to Texas Boys. I have a follow-up question.
Certainly.
That you probably can't answer. But at the beginning of the show, because we've been watching since day one, they kept using y'all wrong.
Y'all? They kept using
Yes, they did. They would say y'alls and all sorts of y'alls wrong. If you watch the first 2 to 3 episodes, y'all came out wrong. It was used wrong.
Wrong in terms of placement.
Grammatically incorrect. Does anybody else remember this? Who remembers that?
Wow.
Where this is Texas. We know how to use y'all.
So how would you reuse y'all?
Well, they're using it correctly now. It just means you all. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
But I don't remember specifically. Does anybody remember an example?
What did it sound like to you?
No, it
when
was
you heard
it was grammatically incorrect. It would be like Applejack was using it singularly.
Oh.
Y'all.
Right.
Like she would say like.
She would say y'all.
Yeah.
As opposed to y'all.
Yeah, like Twilight. Y'all aren't going to live in the. Well, that would not.
Yeah,
but anyway.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Just wondering if you knew whether or not there was specific feedback from people from the
Oh,
South
that's a
about
good
that
question.
to
Let's
correct
assume
it.
that there was.
Yeah.
Because it got fixed.
Basically, I think
if it changed,
they
then
sensed your ire, I think, and then just they thought, oh, well, psychically we need to change this. So I don't
But
know.
they fixed it very quickly, so thank you.
That's good.
Good.
It's one of the perils of recording a show in Canada.
Oh,
eh?
yeah.
Great.
Is that
Yeah.
hey
My
y'all?
point.
How y'all doing, eh?
How y'all doing, eh?
Hey guys, thanks for being here. I really appreciate y'all coming down to
Y'all,
entertain us.
see, there's many of us.
See, there it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to ask you all about the
Y'all.
All of us.
Y'all, ask all of y'all about the process once, because we've talked about you all auditioned, you all got chosen for your various roles. So once you get chosen for a role, like. Did you see the entire script for an episode? Did you see just like portions of scenes or character description? And then after that, once you saw the final script, were y'all involved in table reads? And then when the actual recording process happened, were you in the same room with all the voice actresses, or did they keep you sequestered away separately?
Sequestered.
The ridiculous answer.
Let's
right
get the
now,
ridiculous answer out first.
No.
No, okay. He'll think of something. It involves like a molten lava pit and, giant pterodactyls swooping in.
And filibusters, I think.
Yeah. Well, once we got the parts, you're given a script. Usually now we actually get it emailed to us. It's a digital form of the script, and we get to read it over the night before, a couple of days before, so we have an idea what's going on in the show. And most of the time, if scheduling permits, because a lot of these actors have other shows they work on, but usually they try and make it a consistent thing. Like every Thursday, we're recording this show, so because they want to have as many of the actors all together, so it's like
Right, so you get to
a
work off each
real
other.
performance.
Yeah.
And that's the way we do it. So yeah, we're all recording in the booth together, except for the songs. The songs, they like to break that up, and they like to get individual characters in singing their lead tracks or whatever. They don't usually like us to try and sing together. It's just better for recording to do it individually. So sometimes they'll break up time for that. But usually when the general recording the script, they try and have everybody in there together. when it scheduling permits. Yeah. Yeah. Did you come up with something more interesting?
Lava!
See, the truth is
Iron Will says it's time for lava. Here's how it works, kids. When they decide to give us a script, they fly it in on helicopters. And they fly the scripts over boiling pits of lava. And we have to swoop up out of the lava and grab it. And we only get one shot. And if we screw it up, we don't get cast. That's right. So you've heard the Sam Vincent answer, and you've heard the real answer. Which one do you prefer?
Thank you very much, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
This is a question for all four of you.
Y'all, it's a question for y'all.
That's what we do. We just ignore him.
Anyways, as the males of the Equestria, as far as I know, only one of you have actually sang a song. Now, for the rest of you or all of you, if you could sing a song, what would it be about?
Apples.
How about Old MacDonald?
I'd have to have another potion.
Old
to sing
MacDonald
that.
had a farm. And on that farm, that's all I know. That's all I got. I said 70%, all right? That's all I got up here. It said 70.
Come on.
Oh.
Mr. Funny
Well,
Guy.
yeah.
It would be.
Mr. Man,
Ugh.
Mr. Quick-witted
Mr.
response.
It's gonna be
No. If I could
boiling
sing a
lava. Pits, diamond etched, gold plated.
This is what's going on in my head right now. That's a tough call. If I could sing a song, what would it be about? Well, let's see. It's difficult to say, rather. I think perhaps something about royalty or castles or beautiful unicorns or yada, yada, yada.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
I got nothing.
Well,
I
the,
got
the,
nothing.
the problem for Trevor is that he only knows how to sing in one voice. And that
true.
voice is Irish folk songs
That's
all
true.
the time. So
So it'd have to be an Irish
if he
folk
could
song,
find
wouldn't
his
it?
song, you gotta give him a little sample of something.
I was born in a Dublin street where the Lilo feared the heat, and the loving English feet that bucked all over us. And every single night when me old dad would come all died, he'd invite the neighbours out with the chorus. Come out, you blackguard sons, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Yeah, or how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Keedashanda.
That would be a great episode where it's an Iron Will episode, and all of a sudden they go to the song, and everybody's thinking he's gonna like do no, and all of a sudden he starts to go into this Irish jig, and everybody's like,
Didn't see that coming, did ya?
Iron Tittlety Will.
All right, I got a question for Peter New.
Yes.
What was your first reaction when you got the script for the Hearts and Hooves Day episode?
My first reaction was, do I have to say this verbatim or do I just make it up? I don't really know. And then it was sort of also right around the time that I discovered this community, and I realized that I didn't really know how to say any of it in a way that I was very worried actually recording that one, that I was going to say things in a way that was going to be satisfactory to y'all. Is it right? But then you get into the room and you start doing it, and you fall back on acting, and you just do it, and it's fun. But it was it was a ridiculous script, and so I was very entertained by it. I like saying silly words, so.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I
I'm not sure how to word this together, and I just have one question. It's going to be for all of you, all of y'all. If there was one thing you could say now that you couldn't say at the time of recording, what would it be in a respected pony voice?
Sorry, so if there's one thing that we could have...
That you couldn't say at the time, like you wish you could say now in your respected pony voice.
I don't really understand.
So, basically, is there something we could say now in the voice that we can't say?
I'm sorry, was that a convoluted question? Oh. You could answer that one.
Okay. Live from New York, this is Saturday night. Live.
For me, it's something to do with propane accessories.
I am Iron Will, and I am running for governor of Minnesota.
Excuse me, young pony. Could you direct me to the nearest saloon?
Good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your time in Houston. And I just had a question for y'all. So how did y'all get, like, your inspiration for your pony voices? For example, for Peter, I've heard your conductor voice being compared to Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I heard that. The thing is about lots of those parts is I'm probably in the session for Big Macintosh, and they say, oh, we have this conductor who needs to say all aboard. And so what have you got for conductor voice? And you're standing in the room at your microphone, and they want to record it right now. And so you go, is it all aboard? And they go, yeah, that's good. And you go, okay. Let's record it then, and you record it, and then it's done. So there's not really, with some of these voices, there's not a whole lot of time to go, well, I think I'm going to harken back to the Polar Express here, and, let me just review Tom Hanks the way he said it. There's no time for any of that. You just kind of pull something out as quickly as you can and hope it works. And so that was the inspiration for that. It was, So if it sounded like Tom Hanks, it's a heck of a compliment.
For my character, I actually went to university in Kentucky. You guys ever heard of Murray State University?
That's a great story.
They got a heck of a basketball team. I don't know if you do you follow the basketball, the NCAA? Just ponies. I got to get you back. Hold on. Anyways, I spent 4 years down there, and so I just kind of went back to that kind of, just sort of that just kind of Kentucky voice, and just kind of went to there, and then just pitched him up in terms of age, because I think he was about 16-ish, Brayburn was, and they dug it, so I just kind of went with that. All right. Okay.
Okay. All of my characters start with Zoidberg from Futurama. No, that's a lie. That's just something that came into my head right now, and I thought I'd say it. Basically, I steal all my ideas from Sam. If he comes up with something, I go, yep, yoink. I'm going to use that later, and you're not going to
And the thing is, it's always an inferior version of what I do, but yet he still gets the parts from me, so I don't understand that. Just joking.
I just improve on your mastery. That's all. No, I steal nothing from him. He's terrible.
He steals it all from me.
For me, it's quite. I play a lot of extreme characters, and the producers, with me, they tend to have a very strong idea of what they want already, and they say, "We've got this crazy idea, and we think Trevor can do this silly thing. So do this silly thing, Trevor." And I say, "Okay, I'll be useful," and I do it. Trevor was useful. So like with Iron Will, they said we kind of want like Jesse the Body Ventura meets Mr. T somehow, and so I did that. And with Fancy Pants, they said we want sort of a John Cleese thing. And with Hoity Toity, they said we want sort of a Thurston Howell thing. So really, I have no creativity at all. I just do what I'm told. They point me in the direction. They say, "Run to that wall," and I go, "Okay," and then I hit it, and I crack my head open, and my brains fall out, and then all the animators come and eat it because they think it's raw meat.
Yeah.
And that's how the show gets made.
For once, he's actually telling the truth. That's exactly how it goes.
Hey guys, so I have 2 questions. Hopefully they're fairly simple. Number 1, what is your least favorite character you've ever played? And number 2, what is your favorite line you've ever gotten to record?
My favorite line I've ever gotten to record actually is, "Yup." It really is, because it's there's actually, I think, some amount of nuance in it. I'll move on. But what was the other one? That was least favorite character. I don't know that I have a least favorite character as such, but I certainly have like least favorite experiences, right? Like there are characters. There's a character I'm thinking of that I don't know if it's aired yet on Pet Shop, where I thought I was going to do, I was like, yeah, I can't wait to do this. It's going to be just great. And I had this, like, it was a guest star role. And then you get in the studio and the director has a really different idea of what it should sound like than I have. And so the whole day just becomes a struggle. And you keep thinking, you get to a point where you're like, oh, they're going to take this away from me. They're going to give it to somebody else. And every line you say, you think, okay, this one, I'm nailing it. And they go, yeah, it's got to sound better. And you go, oh, seriously? So that kind of happens from time to time. But I don't think I can actually say what that is yet.
Yeah, I'm the same boat. We just did a show called the Yoda Chronicles, which is a Star Wars Lego, and I'm Emperor Palpatine in that. And it was very difficult to play him as funny, but that was the job. And I remember first going in there, and I had to I'd really practice the Palpatine Sidious thing, and I was all prepared to be all evil and stuff. Yeah, evil and stuff. And then I realized, oh, this is supposed to be funny. And that was tough. That was very difficult because, as I said, trying to, wipe them out, all of them, is difficult to make funny, but we do try. So it was actually Sam who said to me, just be funny, idiot. And that was the best advice I've ever got. I've never had a character that I can't believe they're paying me to play this in a cartoon. This is absurd. Why, I'm so put out. Wait, they're paying me how much? Okay. I'm so, I'm angry at this. Why this horrible life that I have? So, I love all my characters like I love my children. And I bury all my characters in the yard like I bury all my children. But I'm feeling much better now. So you can all rest easy tonight. I won't be coming for you yet. So he's fun. I don't know, I'm gonna talk to you now.
I'm doing a character on I'm doing a character on a show called Nerds and Monsters, which you'll eventually see. It's hopefully coming out in the next little bit. And I play this monster who, because you're either a nerd or a monster on the show. And my character, once a year, it only happens once a year, he takes a dump. And so I actually had to voice that sound of what that's, and I had to do it. And it was like, for about 30 seconds. And then they were like, okay, and do it again. Longer. And so that's actually a lot of fun. But I have to agree with Trevor. It's we're very lucky to do what we do, and we just have a lot of fun doing it. I would agree that I think it's more the experiences where that they can be difficult if you're, like Peter said, if you're doing a character and they ain't digging it, you're just trying to like get through, because you want to give them good stuff. You're there to give them good stuff, and they're just like, yeah, no, we're not digging what you're doing. And you try to work it so they dig it. But yeah, I think that's about it.
They said everything I need. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's cartoons. There's not a part where I was complaining ever. It's still cartoons. I love anything that I do in a cartoon, pretty much, I'd have to say.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Okay, so when we're all growing up, right, we all go through this phase where I want to be a policeman or an astronaut or a dancer or an artist. At what point did each of you decide that you wanted to sit behind a microphone in a little room and be a voice actor for a living?
I'll start with my boring answer, and then we'll get to Trevor. No, I actually, when I was a kid, I didn't even think I was going to be an actor. I thought I was going to be an artist or a comic book artist, an illustrator. So, and oh God. And I thought, actually in high school, I started getting into performance and theater and improv and all that stuff. And then I became an actor. But voice acting is not something I even thought was a possibility until I had my first audition for a cartoon. And then I was like, wow, this is amazing. And the more I did it, the more I liked it. And it just became the thing that I wanted to do more than all other types of performance. And so it wasn't something that I thought of as a kid or even in high school like that was a possibility. It was one of these fortunate things that happened to me in my life, and I'm glad it did. And once I started doing it, I started just trying my best to get as good as I could. That's it. Trevor, you have an interesting answer, I'm sure.
Well, no. I was actually a tennis player when I was younger, and I moved away from home at the age of 14 to go live with my tennis coach at this tennis academy. So I had, big dreams of, being a pro tennis player, but I was not good enough. But that's actually what I ended up doing. And I was in Kentucky on a tennis scholarship, and so tennis was this huge part of my life. But I always kind of was doing voices when I was playing tennis, and I would do like the voice of Alf. I don't know if you remember. Hey, Willie, where's all the chocolate cake? That was like my first voice or impression, or yeah, exactly. Hey, Willie, where's all the yeah, like that. And so I kind of, tennis was that big part of it. Then I got into doing doing stand-up comedy in university, and I was like, hey, I think this performing thing's kind of cool. And then eventually, got into, on camera and stuff like that, and then sort of led into voiceover.
It was a very difficult process for me. I come from a long family of fire trucks, and everyone in my family is a fire truck. We've been fire trucks since the 17th century, before there were fire trucks. And I remember I said, "Father, I want to be a cartoon." And my father said, which is fire truck for no son of mine is going to be a cartoon. And so I said, "But father," this is going nowhere, this story. So stupid, so stupid. Stupidest answer ever.
I was gonna ask, how long were you thinking of that story before you started talking?
Actually, I had a really good one, and then this happened, and then
I'm a mouse, and my mice friend said.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, yeah, that's my story.
That was nonsense. Just abject nonsense. I was in grade 9 when I got cast by an older student to be in a play, and I just never looked back. I just knew from then that I wanted to be an actor, and similarly to these guys, I didn't know that I wanted to be a voice actor as such. I just wanted to be an actor. So I got myself involved in plays and on camera. And I had an agent who was very good at sending me out for voice jobs, and I got a job in a video game, and I liked it, and just I've tried to keep that door open, and it's just it's the thing that took off. You never really know. You're sort of firing rockets in the air, and you don't know where they're all going to land, and this voiceover thing kind of landed. So, woo.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure that everybody standing there gets their questions answered. So let's.
So no more stupid fire truck responses?
We're going to speed up the answering process. We're going to stop rambling so we make sure everybody gets their questions answered. Okay.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
So, a question for all four of you. I want to know who you all think is the very best pony ever.
Well, I have no problem saying that Fluttershy is my favorite, so that's it.
Yeah, I'm going with Fluttershy too. Yeah, I'm throwing down for Fluttershy. Yeah, eat that.
What about Pinkie Pie?
Are we talking main six or pony ever?
Just all the ponies that ever existed.
Oh, well. Big Macintosh. Quite obviously.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Rainbow Dash.
Peter,
Yes.
what is your opinion on spiders?
What is my opinion on spiders? I
forgot.
think they're horrible, creepy creatures, but I'm really glad that they eat all the other bugs. So I try not to smush them unless they are directly in my way.
If you could be any character that you have not already played in My Little Pony, who would it be?
I want to be Flam, I guess.
I want
He
to be
wants
Big
to be
Mac.
my brother.
I want to be Big Mac. Nope. God, got that wrong again.
Yeah.
Well, even though Fluttershy is my favorite pony, not necessarily I would want to be that emotionally sensitive, because it's a very difficult thing to be that emotionally sensitive. So I would prefer to be Rainbow Dash, because Rainbow Dash just does whatever the heck she wants. So that would be my choice to be, because I could fly. I could be sassy. Okay.
My question is for Michael.
Yes.
I heard a little murmur that you voiced Ace Ventura.
That's correct, Aruski, Blackbird. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, you just answered my question there before I even asked it.
Awesome.
Well, guys, thanks for coming out for the. Oh, do you have a. No? Are you done? You got one question? We're good. All right. Thanks for coming out to the Stallions of Equestria. Woo. Thanks, guys.